It's Matt with Epiphany Financial Solutions. I'm an enrolled agent tax advisor. I get a lot of people ask me questions. They say, hey, I'm an LLC. What tax form do I need to fill out? There's a lot of confusion there. The answer is it depends. LLCs are formed at the state level. So the rules for forming an LLC in, say, Florida are different than the rules for forming an LLC in, say, Washington, for example. But we all have to pay federal taxes. So what does the IRS, the federal government, do with a state where there's different state rules in play? Well, they came up with this. If you are a single member LLC, one person's on your LLC, and you do nothing, you don't file any forms, anything like that, then you, as far as the IRS is concerned, are taxed like a sole proprietor. You would file Schedule C, that's what you do. If you have two members or more, and you do nothing, you don't file any special forms, then you are a partnership. Partnerships file Form 1065, and then each partner gets a K-1. Now, there's this other thing you can do. If you want to be a corporation, you can elect to be a corporation. So you would file this form. It's called 8832. It's not that complicated. And you can do that if you're a single member and you want to be taxed like a corporation. You file that saying, I want to be a corporation. So you decide, you elect to be what kind of entity you want to be. Now, if you're a single member, you can't elect to be a partnership. That doesn't exist. But if you're a partnership, or if you're a two-member LLC, rather, and you don't want to be a partnership, you say, that's not what I want, you can fill out 8832 and elect to be a corporation for tax purposes. Now, there's two different kinds of corporations, S corporations and C corporations. If you want to be an S corporation, you have to file Form 2553, saying you're an S corporation, and then you would file Form 1120S, and each shareholder gets a K-1. They report that in their own tax return. If you want to just be a regular old C corporation, you do 8832, but don't do a 2553, and then you would file Form 1120. So, next question I get a lot is, well, what should I do? What's the best thing? Well, the answer is depends. Depends on a lot of facts, a lot of circumstances. If you're multi-member, a lot of times S corporation is a very good idea. However, there's some things to consider, especially with the new tax law. Corporation rates change, but then you still get double taxed when you on the income of the corporation, and then tax again when you pay a dividend to the owners. So a lot of things to consider there. I don't want to get into all the ins and outs of what should you do. This is the question more I get. It's like, well, what do I do? I did this months ago. What do I do now? And the answer is, if you're a single member, LLC, and you did nothing, you didn't fill out any special forms, you're Schedule C. If you're multi-member and you didn't fill out any special forms, you're a partnership. Partnerships have their own tax return. They don't pay taxes, but they have their own tax return called a 1065. So that is your hot tip of the day. Thank you.